I'm Shawn Warman with Peterbilt Atlantic, and today's tech tip is about identifying and adjusting air suspension on your Peterbilt truck. We're going to look at the common air ride suspensions, the air track, the low air leaf, and the flex air. Each type is unique in design and easily identifiable. The air track has two flat leaf springs attached to the axle and front spring hanger with an airbag at the rear. It also has a lateral torque rod from the axle to the front hanger. The low air leaf has a one-piece Z-shaped spring attached to the hanger and housing with an airbag attached to the rear. There is also a low air leaf design that is 2 inches lower. The flex air has a C-shaped spring attached to the front hanger and a bracket to the axle housing with a crossbar across the rear which the airbag sits on. Checking and adjusting the air ride requires a few steps. First, make sure you have full air pressure, parked on a level surface, have your wheels chalked, and have your park brakes released. You'll need to know the height spec. On all new trucks, the spec is on a sticker attached to the left frame rail at the rear. For air track, it is 11.38 inches. For flex air and low air leaf, it is 8.75 inches. And for low air leaf, it is 6.75 inches between the center line of the axle and the bottom of the frame ahead of the rear drive. The easiest way to measure this is to find the distance from the center line of the axle to the floor. Then add the 8.75 inches to that measurement, and that will be the distance from the floor to the bottom of the frame. Do this by measuring the tire height, divide by 2, add your spec, and use that number to check between the floor and the frame. If you need to adjust the height, loosen the valve mounting bolts and rotate the valve in the slotted hole to raise or lower the suspension. Then insert a pin into the centering hole to hold that position and remeasure. Retighten the bolts when the height is set. I'm Shawn Warman, and that's your Peterbilt Atlantic Tech Tip for today.